Welcome back, everybody. Are you ready for this trading week? Because this week is going to be huge. I have some great trading setups and actually some great trading plans that I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. How I would enter, how I would exit, where, what prices, and everything. This is definitely a video you do want to watch and stick to the end so you don't miss anything on it. So when tomorrow comes up or any of these days that hits our criterias, you're going to be ready for this. Let's go. Let's get right into it. Now, for the first trading setup we're going to be looking at is going to be Tesla. So I already drew you guys all the support and resistance levels over here, but what I'm mainly going to be focused about is going to be between 176 and 182. Now, we can play this either to the downside if it goes there or to the upside. So let's start with the upside, for example. Now, if we break this 182 over here, what I would be looking for is to see it out at around 183.30 to 183.40. Now, as long as overall market sentiment is good, the volume's looking good to me, and it does hold where I want it to be, then I will enter the calls over there. Where I would exit would most likely be around 185.50, 185 to 186. 186 would really be pushing it for me because I would really have to be confident, that it's going to just keep going up in that time. As you know me, if you've watched my previous videos, you know I would not hold it until the next big resistance level of around 189 to 190 because I always like to make sure that I have profits, instead of holding it until then and then maybe hitting a reversal and it start to dump on me on that next resistance level. And if you've watched a few of my previous videos, then you know, and if you've taken those trades, you've made money and you took it out before it started dumping because that happened a few times. So it's always better to be safe than sorry. Don't be greedy. Take your money when you have it, as long as we hit our price target. Let's get into the downside now. For the downside, I'd be looking at the 176 areas. Once it breaks that, I would most likely enter at 174 again, depending on overall market sentiment, volume. If that tells me not to, then I most likely won't, but as long as it doesn't, then I would enter the puts at 174 and I would most likely write it down to about 172. Now keep in mind things do change, as the market opens and as the trading, day goes on. So you never know, if anything is looking good and the selling pressure is good and everything's pointing towards it, I might just hold it, under the 170s. Most likely I would get out at those 172s and then maybe I'll re-enter over here at around 169 if it broke this level of 170, and then I'd write it down to the 164s, 165s. Before we get into the next trade and the next stock that we're going to be looking at, again, if you watched my previous videos, all of them hit. All those trade plans worked out. As long as you stuck to the plan, they all worked out. I also have my free Telegram signal group that I give out free trades there weekly, and that's all to help you guys. Okay, the link is in my bio on YouTube and on Instagram. Also, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button if you found this video helpful, and also subscribe to the channel so you'll be alerted when the next, trading setup and trading plan is posted, so you'll be ready for the next day or the next following week. All right, so let's get into this next one right now. All right, so this one is SPY, SPY. Now, I don't trade this too often, probably once or twice every week or 2 weeks. Not so often, but sometimes it does give pretty good, trades. So, and very profitable too, actually. So I do like to trade it whenever I have a good chance and a good setup from it. So that's what I'm going to be watching for this week. Okay, I'm going to be watching between the 417s and the 420s. If we're able to break this 420 over here, okay, this week, again, this all depends on market sentiment, volume, and as long as I get confirmation. But if we break it, okay, and I see about 421 to 421.50 and everything is looking good, I am definitely entering these calls and I would probably exit 424. Pretty close to the resistance here, but I trust it. 423.50 if you want to be, extra careful. I do believe, though, nothing is 100%, but I do believe that if we break this and we break it, pretty fast, we might reach the 429. And that's going to be here, that's going to be determined throughout the day. Like, can't tell you like this when the market hasn't been open, but if we break this 421.50 and everything's looking good, I'm pretty sure it's going to get to the 424s, just 425s. And I'm even pretty sure it's going to break to there, but I wouldn't hold it. I would most likely get out, and then worst case, I would just re-enter. For the downside, okay, 417s, almost 100% sure that if it breaks this 417, I would probably enter the puts at around 416.80, something around there. Okay, 416.60s to 80, and I would most likely get out only a dollar, a dollar under, about 415.50 to 415 like 40. I wouldn't hold it too much. If it broke this 415 and we get to, let's say, about like 414.50 even, and the selling downward pressure is good, I would hold it all the way to 411. 411 because the next support would be 410, and it's been playing between this for a long time too. So that's my trade plan on SPY for this week. Good luck to everybody. Hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned for the next one, and I'm going to post the updates of how these trades went as well.